Hi students, my name is Nitesh Narashet. I am from Annavara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 8th standard, that is quadrilateral. In quadrilateral we already discussed about some of the polygons and the elements of polygons and angle sum property of quadrilateral and some of the polygons. In angle sum property we already discussed about interior angle. Sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree and sum of the exterior angle of a quadrant. Sum means its addition. Sum of the exterior angles of a polygon. Any polygon is 360 degree. So let us move on to the next topic, that is parallelogram. So in parallelogram, that means here already discussed about kinds of quadrilateral. In kinds of quadrilateral we already discussed about trapezium, kite and parallelogram. So let us move on to the topic, that is parallelogram. In parallelogram we have to take some of the properties. So we have to discuss some of the properties with the regard of sides, with the regard of angles, with the regard of diagonals. So let us move on to the next topic, that is parallelogram. Parallelogram, or we can say it as a properties of parallelogram. So let us take the first property. We have to prove that property with the, so also we know that we have to prove any statement or any assumptions. We have to observe, we have to take any known things. We have to take any known things. From that known thing we have to prove that property here. So firstly I will go with the property number 1, that is opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. We already learned that opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel. So it's a parallel. Those two sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. But we have to prove that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. That is property number 1. So property 1, that is, it's a property of sides. We can take property of sides of a parallelogram. We can take here. So that is the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. Are of equal length or are of equal length. Yes. So let us, we have to prove this. So in case of proof, we want any parallelogram here. We have to consider a parallelogram. So let us take any parallelogram. I will take PQRS is a parallelogram. So just draw the parallelogram here. Yes. This is the parallelogram here. Draw. PQRS is a parallelogram. So after we got PQRS is a parallelogram, just take the given. So this is our given. That means the opposite side of a parallelogram. We have a parallelogram here. Just take PQRS is a parallelogram. That means we have PQRS is a parallelogram. That is given. That is PQRS is a parallelogram. So I will count this blackboard here. PQRS is a parallelogram. So here what we have to prove here. So just observe here, the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. That means PQ is equal to RS we have to prove, and PS is equal to QR we have to prove. So there is two pairs of opposite sides of a parallelogram, that is PQ and RS are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. We have to prove those are of equal length. And here PS and QR are the opposite sides of a parallelogram. We have to prove that both are equal here. So what I have to prove here? To prove PQ is equal to RS. PQ is equal to RS and QR is equal to PS. QR is equal to PS here. So we have to prove. So for the proof, so we already learned in the sum of interior angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. We just take on construction there. So what is the construction? We draw a diagonal here. So here also we have to draw a diagonal with the help of those two triangles. That means when we are taking a diagonal here, that means it will split into two triangles. So after taking the two triangles, we have to take some of the assumptions, some of the criterion. After that we have to prove that those two triangles are equal, and when those two triangles are equal, that means PQ is equal to RS, PS is equal to QR are the same. So what you have to do is just construct a diagonal QS. Just draw a diagonal QS. So after that we have to write it in a construction form. So what we are going to construct here? So it is draw diagonal QS. Yes. So I will draw the diagonal QS. So in triangles, we already learned about some of the criterion, that is SSS criterion, ASA criterion, AAA criterion. So here we have to use those criterion. That means if we have any two triangles, so likewise I will take these two triangles. These are both those triangles are initially in the form of this shape. Yes. It's in this shape, so I just split this into here and this into here. So I just taken it here. So this is the form. So I will take it as a ABC, and it's also BC because it's a common triangle. It's a common side here, BC. So I will take it as a D. So here A, B, C, D it is. So just observe here, these two are the triangles from this quadrilateral. So here I will just rub this part here. Here just observe BC is the common for both. That means BC is equal to BC. So it is same. Then here I will take it as a. So here there is the angle. Here this angle and this angle. And this angle and this angle are equal. I take this angle and this angle, and this angle and this angle are equal. That means angle BAC is equal to angle BDC, because it's the opposite angles. Those are equal. We have to assume. So then here we have to take BCA. BCA is equal to angle here also BCD. So both are angle C here. So here both are angle C here. So that means what you have to do is here one side is equal and the two angles are equal. So that means both the triangles are one and the same. That means here this angle and this angle are also equal. That means corresponding angles here. That means here it's corresponding angles. It's also these two are also corresponding angles. These two are also corresponding angles. So when this happens, so AB is equal to DB and AC is equal to DC is always right. So that when these two triangles are equal, that means all the corresponding angles and all the corresponding sides. Corresponding sides means this side and this side and this side and this side are always equal. So this is about congruence or criterion. So ASA criterion, that means angle, side, angle criterion. So we have to take side. So here whether the sides of all the angles, all those two triangles are equal. That means it's a SSS. When we take two equilateral triangle, then the sides are equal. When the sides are equal, that means the whole two triangles are equal. So this is about some of the criterion of triangle. So you also study in the triangle part. So I just mentioned here only. So here, so with the help of this criterion, we have to prove the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. So just I drawn QS here. The quadrilateral or parallelogram splits into two triangles. So that means here also I will name some of the angles here. So here I will take 1, 2, and here 3, and here 4, and it is 5, and it is 6. I will name some all the angles, internal angles of the triangles and the quadrilateral. Yes. So then what you have to do is group. We have to take the group. So from triangle PQS and SQR. So we have to compare from the triangle PQS and QSR. Yes, from triangle PQS, or we can take all the parallelogram, complete parallelogram we have to take here. So here from PQRS parallelogram, just observe here. So we already know about transversal. This is a transversal. We already know that. So here when we are taking the transversal, so that means what is this angles? So those two angles are always equal. We already learnt that. So these angles are always called as alternate angles. So alternate angle, when these two lines are parallel, a transversal is intersecting between these two parallel lines means. So these two angles are always equal. We already learned that. So these two angles are called as alternate angles. Alternate angles are always equal here. So here it is also it's a transversal. These are the two parallel sides. We already know that in parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. So that means these are two parallel sides and this is a transversal. So that means the angle 4 is equal to angle 1. Yes, are you agree with that? Yes, angle 4 is equal to angle 1 here. That means it's a angle 1 is equal to angle 4 here. So because alternate Q parallel to RS and QS is a transversal. QS is a transversal. So then again here just observe here angle 2 and angle 3. Angle 2 and angle 3 are also the alternate angles here, because so here PQ and RS are the parallel sides, parallel lines, and QS is a transversal. That means 2 and 3 are equal. So angle 2 and is equal to angle 3, because the same reason here PQ and RS, PQ is parallel to RS, and QS is a transversal. The same reason for both. And just observe here QS is a side, or QS is a diagonal, is common for both these triangles. From triangle PQS and QSR, the QS side or QS line is a common for both these triangles. So that means QS is equal to QS is equal to QS for both these triangles. So because from triangle PQS and triangle SQR. Yes, from these two triangles, QS is equal to QS, common for both the common side. Common side we can take common. So you just observe here two angles are same and one corresponding sides are same. So that means here we have to take the ASA criterion. That means from angle side angle criterion. So we have to say that triangle
triangle PQS is
similar to the triangle SQR. So both the triangles are congruent, or both the triangles are one and the same. So that means PQ is equal to RS. That's correct, because it is a corresponding triangles, corresponding sides. That means congruent part of corresponding triangles, congruence part, corresponding part. So like that, corresponding sides here. So that means here PQ is equal to RS. That means congruence part of correspondence triangles. So we can take it as a CPCT. So CPCT means congruence part of corresponding triangles. So that means when the criterion holds good. So this means these are the congruent triangles. So that means both the triangles are similar. Both the triangles are one and the same. So that means PQ is equal to RS. So then PS is equal to QR. PS is equal to QR. So this is also because of CPCT. So this means congruence part of corresponding triangles. So hence the proof, because we have to prove that PQ is equal to RS, QR is equal to PS, PS is equal to QR. So this is done with the help of ASA criterion, that is angle side angle criterion. So that means we have to prove that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. Here. So this is about the property number 1, that is the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. So let us move on to the sum of the problems regarding the property 1. Yes, so we have to again consider the PQRS parallelogram here. So I will take PQ is equal to 9 cm and QR is equal to 5 cm. So just I take PQ is equal to 9 cm and QR is equal to 5 cm. So then what is the question? Find the perimeter of the parallelogram. Find the perimeter of the given parallelogram. So what are the given things here? So given, firstly we have to write the given things, that is PQ is equal to 9 cm and QR is equal to 5 cm. QR is equal to 5 cm. So we have to take some given terms are PQ is equal to 9 cm, QR is equal to 5 cm. So we know that opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. So that means the opposite sides of a parallelogram. We have to must write this property because we know that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. We have to must insert in the problems also. So the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Here, so what you have to consider here, PQ is equal to opposite side of a PQ is RS. PQ is equal to RS is equal to 9 cm, and then So what is the opposite sides of QR? It's a PS. So QR is equal to PS is equal to QR is equal to PS is equal to 5 centimeter. Then we have to find out the perimeter. Perimeter means the total distance covered in the boundary. So when we are running with the in the boundary, or we are taking measurements of the boundary, so that means it's a perimeter. That means we have to add PQ plus QR plus RS plus PS. So that means after that we have to take the perimeter. That means perimeter is equal to perimeter of PQRS parallelogram is equal to, so how can we take PQ plus QR plus RS plus SP, or we can write PS also. So is equal to, what is the value of PQ? PQ is equal to 9 centimeter plus QR is equal to 5 centimeter, then plus RS is equal to 9 centimeter plus SP is equal to 5 centimeter. So what is the answer here? So we can write here, just observe here, 9 plus 5 is common here. So that means we can write it as a 2 into 9 plus 5. 9 plus 5 is a 14. 14 into 2 is equal to 28 centimeter. The perimeter of a parallelogram is equal to 28 centimeter. So this is about the problem. So with the help of the property, the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So with the help of that property, we prove that we find out that the perimeter of the given parallelogram. So let us move on to the next example. Yes. So in next example, I will take PQ is equal to 6 centimeter. Okay. So the question tells us that find the perimeter. Find the perimeter of a parallelogram PQRS whose side PQ is equal to 6 centimeter and QR here SR, the ratio of SR and PS is equal to 2:1. So we have to find the perimeter of a parallelogram PQRS whose side PQ is equal to 6 centimeter, SR is to PS. The ratio of SR and PS is equal to 2:1. So we have a ratio between these two sides. So let us solve this problem here. So just given that the PQ is equal to 6 centimeter. Given what is given here, PQ is equal to 6 centimeter and SR to PS is equal to 2:1. So here just I part this here. So with the help of this PQ is equal to 6 centimeter, we can calculate the measure of SR here, because the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. That means the opposite sides of a parallelogram. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So that means PQ is equal to SR is equal to 6 centimeter. Yes. From the help of property number 1, we have take that PQ is equal to RS is equal to 6 centimeter because the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal or equivalent. So here just they gave that SR to PS. The ratio of SR and PS is in the form of 2:1. That means I will write this as SR by PS is equal to 2/1. So that means when we are writing in the ratio form, proportion form, so that means there is a number. So we have to multiply with both the numbers here. There is a number, we have a common for both the numbers. We have to find out that number. In that we have to take x. So whatever it may be here. So we have to calculate. But we know the value of SR because with the help of a property, the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So here we got the value of SR is equal to 6 centimeter. Just insert the value of SR is equal to 6 centimeter into this equation. That means 6 by PS is equal to 2/1. After that we have to transpose here. Here we have to make the cross multiplication. So here 6 into 1. So here 1 is here it is in the denominator. After transposing it will go to the numerator. 6 into 1 is equal. So here also we have to take transpose PS to the RHS side. So here it is in the denominator part. After transposing it will went to the numerator. That is 2 into PS. So here 2 is there. After that we have to transpose 2 to the LHS side. After transposing it will come to the denominator part. So that means PS is equal to 6 into 1 divided by 2 is equal to 2 into 1, 2 into 3 is equal to 3 centimeter. So the value of PS is 3 centimeter. So we got the value of SR is equal to 6 centimeter and the value of PS is 3 centimeter. Okay, so with the help of this ratio, so we got the value of PS. So we already learned that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So with the help of that we have to find value of QR here. So again we have to write the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. After this we have to write the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So after that what you have to write is PS is equal to QR is equal to 3 centimeter. So after that we got 3 centimeter. So in this question we have to find out the perimeter of a parallelogram. After that we have to find the perimeter. So how can we find out the perimeter here? So perimeter is equal to PQ plus RS or QR, PQ plus QR plus RS plus SP. So here what is the value of PQ here? Value of PQ is 6 centimeter plus value of QR is 3 centimeter. Then value of RS is 6 centimeter plus value of SP is 3 centimeter. Or SP or you can write PS only. So here 6 plus 3 9. Also 6 plus 3 9. 9 plus 9 is 18 centimeter. So 18 centimeter is the perimeter of the parallelogram. So here we have to use the property, that is the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equivalent. Here we proved that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equivalent and solved some of the example using the property one, that is opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equivalent. So I conclude this part here. Those who are watching this video in first time, so please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. So thank you one and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.